back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the how I did my makeup in a high school look. So back in high school I didn't know anything about matte colours. When I did my eyeshadows they were all just pure shimmer colours, which now I look back and looks ridiculous. So they used to be pure shimmers. I didn't know about crease colours or anything like that. I never did winged eyeliner because I was always too afraid to. So this should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So the look I'm going to create is sort of this purple shimmer colour. So what I used to do, I used to put like a white all over my lid, then one colour sort of halfway, and then a really bright colour on the end. So sometimes I used to do blue on the end, purple, pink, yeah. Sometimes brown, but I thought back in the day brown never suited me, so I'd never do neutral colours. It was always bright colourful colours. So I remember this very distinctively, this one look that I used to do. So I'm going to be doing that, and here's a picture of it somewhere on screen. I'm going to be trying to do that. So let's get started. Okay, so back in the day, whenever I did my makeup, I never used any primers or setting sprays, nothing like that. Ooh. And do you remember Maybelline's Dream Matte Mousse? It's still one of my favourite foundations, and that was my favourite foundation that I used back in the day. And I also used the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. This is in the exact colour that I used to use. This isn't the same pot that I used to use. I've had this for like a year now, which is probably going to break me out after this, but you know. But yeah, so these are the two foundations that I used to use constantly, my favourite, and I still really do love these two foundations. So yeah, so I used to put this on, you know, one of those what are they called, those wedged sponges. Before beauty blenders came out, we used to use wedged triangle sponges to put our foundations on our face. So that's what I used to use, but I don't have one of them, so I'm just going to use my beauty blender. And I used to just squirt it on the sponge and then put it straight onto my face. And this colour is way too dark for me. Can you see? It's just too dark. So it's very orange. So let's do this. And I never really used to do much dabbing either, which I know I am. I used to just put it on and then stroke downwards all over my face. So I'm going to just try and do that. It was all with the downward stroking movements. Actually, I might use the flat side because that resembles more of the wedged sponges a bit more, doesn't it? I still think this is a really great foundation though. But this is really old, so no. Not worried. Oh, that's a bit too much. My mum and my fiance both told me that when I was 15 I used to wear a lot of makeup. I never thought that I did wear a lot of makeup, but they both said that I used to wear a lot of makeup, so we're going to put a lot on. So if it's not covered, I'm just going to keep putting it on till it is, because that's what I used to do. I used to blend it down the neck a little bit, but just sort of like there, never all the way down. Okay, there's a spot on the side of my head. So I used to pack my face with foundation until all the spots were covered and then put concealer on top. So you can imagine how much makeup I actually wore. And this is a very orangey foundation for my skin as well, so So the next is the 17 Stay Time Concealer. This is a concealer that I used to use all the time when I was 15, and it's still the concealer that I use now. Honestly, I swear to God, I have been using this concealer straight for 5 years now, and it's still one of my favourite concealers. So yeah, this is like a new one, so I know this is going to be okay. But I used to just put this all over spots and redness. I wouldn't care. And I used to layer this on as well as I layered on the foundation, so yeah. And this, I remember I did used to dab this on. I never wanted to blend it out, I just wanted to dab and then just leave it like that. And I never used to care about moustache hairs because back then, you know when you put loads of foundation on and like the foundation clings to your moustache hairs and it looks terrible? Well, I barely ever put much foundation on my top lip if I haven't like put hair removal cream on there. But back in the day I never used to care about that, and I used to layer it on, and then when I look back at photos of me with loads of foundation on and I just see like moustache hairs, I'm just mortified by myself. Like, why, Sophie? Why did you do that? So now we do the under eyes, which was just like one line. And I always just put loads on to cover dark circles. And I use the same sponge for literally everything, I swear. Oh. Oh my god. I never put any like colour on my eyes either. So I always used to use Natural Collections loose powder, and I used that till about, I don't know, a year ago. And I actually do really like their powders, and they're only £2, so they're cheap. But now I use Collections loose powder, so I've always used loose powder. I don't have the same brush that I used to use, but I remember it to be a really big fluffy brush, so I'm just going to use my Real Techniques fluffy brush. And then just, I used to really cake this on as well. I think I've actually got a video on my channel from a little while ago of this actual makeup look as well, so that's funny. I'll link that down below if I can find it, if you want to have a laugh at me. Oh my god. Oh. That's a lot of powder. So then I used to go in with the SVC bronzer. So this SVC bronzer I've had since college. So I've had this since I was 16. So I've had this for 4 years now, and I should probably throw it away. But I just found it in my makeup drawer. So, and this is, I swear, this is the bronzer that I always used to use because I really liked it. And it's just a loose bronzer. I don't know, I barely ever did much with it because I didn't want to like put too much on, and I used the same brush again for everything. There was no contour brushes or anything like that. So I just go, I used to just dab it. No tapping, no blowing, just dab it and brush it on my face. I don't even remember where I used to put it, so I'm just going to put it in like general spots you would. It's still not a bad bronzer, it's actually working pretty nicely. I don't look that stupid just yet. And then put it on there, and my nose. And then I just brush my brush everywhere. And then I used to use the, I used to use an Accessorize blusher, but I don't have that anymore, so I'm going to use this SVC blusher, which again I got when I got this, so I've had this for 4 years, and I hit the pan with this, so it's a nice colour. Again, same brush. Wow. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera, but I look really like orange, and there's just a lot on my face right now. So next I used to do my eyebrows, and for my eyebrows I used to use an eyebrow pencil, but I don't actually have an eyebrow pencil, so I'm just going to do my eyebrows like I usually do. So I use the, what is this? Eyelaw eyebrow pomade pop thing in the colour blonde, but this is actually quite dark for a blonde, but I used to do my eyebrows really light and barely do anything to them, so I'm just going to brush a little bit of this through. Maybe not too much. I wasn't the best at doing my eyebrows. I just sort of like, yeah, pretty much what I'm doing right now is what I used to do. There's not much definition to them. It was just a quick. They don't actually look that bad on camera. Oh my god, it looks terrible in person. It's like really dark here and then really light at the end here. I never used to care too much for eyebrows, I just quickly put some colour in them. I'm trying not to care too much. I think that's good. This is the makeup palette that I generally used to use all the time. Back again when I was 15, so I've had this eyeshadow palette for 5 years and it's, am I going blurry? It's an Avon eyeshadow palette and it's an 8-in-1 eyeshadow palette called The Nudes, and I actually think they still do this eyeshadow palette in the Avon books, so you know. But back then I used to use this colour here, which is obviously no longer there anymore, but that used to be a really bright white eyeshadow and I used to put that all over my lid. So obviously that colour's not there anymore, so I've gone for second best. So I've got this colour in the MUA palette, which is a really bright white, which is actually very similar to the colour that was in there, and I just literally used to put it all over my lid, so we're going to do that right now. Again, I didn't know mattes back then, I just knew like shimmers, and there was no such thing as a crease. And I thought this looked good. And then I used to go all the way, every single colour used to go underneath my eyeline. No matter how ridiculous. I used to thought I was good at makeup as well, that's so sad. I know this video is like so late because everyone's been doing this video like before Christmas, but I had to try and find a look to do. Okay. Yep, that looks good. No blending whatsoever. And then I used to get this gold colour from the Avon palette here, and then I put it just like there. So we're going to do that. And I also put it underneath my eyes as well. Oh my god, this is so crumbly. I don't know how you can do that. Can you just, you can't really see it, but it's so crumbly because it's such an old makeup thing. Like, this used to be my problem. I used to think, why is this gold colour not showing up when I'm putting it on? And now I just think back to it and I'm like, oh my god, it's because obviously I put bright white underneath and it just doesn't stick to my eye because there's bright shimmery white colour on it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You could never even see the gold. You just sort of blend it in. Can you even see the gold? You can a little bit. It just sort of blended in with the white and made the white look a bit orangey. So then what I did is I got this L&B, it's literally L&B purple, and this is the exact same one I used as well as this 5 years ago, so this is probably going to give me conjunctivitis or something. But I literally just used to put it in the corner and try to blend it out with a flat brush, and again, I think I used the same flat brush, but this is like the only flat brush I have. I have all fluffy brushes now. But yeah, we're just gonna, and I used to build up the colour slowly, so. I always used to create a V and then blend it up here like that. Yeah, that's good. I need a tissue to wipe this off of. yeah. I never used to blend it up or anything, it was literally just a straight V, like so. Moving on to the next eye. Bring back such old memories. Oh, this is really annoying me how hard this is to blend, but yeah, I never blended anything. My camera battery died, so if it looks slightly different, that's why, because I had to change it. Okay, so now eyeliner. So like I said, I never use wing eyeliner or anything like that. And this is a Barry M eyeliner, and it's like, there's just no name on it or anything like that because it's so old. But this is a Barry M eyeliner that I literally used to use all the time. And there's still some left in it, and the brush is all like frayed and stuff. Like I said, I never used to do a wing, it was just like one line straight across, so. Yeah, that seems about right. My blur. I never used to go to my inner corners, it always used to end like right there, quite suddenly. Oh, I did that one way too thick. Oh. Yeah, looks good. And then I used to use the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Mascara. Anyone remember that one? But what do I have that's equivalent? The oldest thing that I have in my drawer is the Collection Super Size Fat Lash Mascara. So I'm just going to use that. It's almost like brand new. There was no wiggling, no extra coating, it was just a few layers. I never made them look thick or anything like that, they always look quite thin. I never wiggled, it was just like an up brush motion. Oh, this is a really bad mascara. I want to say I was quite safe with my makeup because I never did really crazy eyeliner or crazy eyelashes, but the colours I did on my eyeshadow were a little bit crazy, so. Oh my god, I look so like young. And the lipstick I used to use is this Rimmel London lipstick. It's in the colour 210. And I used to use this religiously, and it went discontinued, so then I got really sad and I didn't have it for about 4 years, and last year I saw it in the shop, so I bought it again just to reminisce, and I still really like this colour, as you can see, but I don't use it too often. But this is the colour I used to use with absolutely everything, so no lip liner or anything. It's a nice colour. I really like the colour. It's very girly and pink. So this is the most... This is the eyeshadow. I'm going to take a picture, see it side by side as well. So yeah, it may not even look that bad, I mean, I don't think it looks terrible, but it's just the bright colours. I'm just like, what was I thinking? And all the makeup on my face right now is just feeling really, I just want to get it off. But yeah, this is how I used to do my makeup back in school. I mean, I was never too dramatic with my makeup, but I used to put a lot of foundation on and very colourful eyeshadow. That was me. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!